Hey guys, today I'm gonna be ranting on two people who I used to be friends with. The first one's name is Vix, but they also go by Moon. The second person is Yasuki. In this rant, I'm going to be exposing them for the terrible things they've done. Moon tries to make it seem like they're not in the wrong by blaming others or their conditions. But there's nothing to excuse their behavior. Yasuki, her new friend, has done terrible things in the past that Moon is aware of, yet they still chose to befriend her. Here's a trigger warning for the things mentioned: sexual harassment, grooming, mentions of not safe for work related things. 1. Sexual harassment. In a group chat, my friends Muffin and Sukasa were jokingly fighting over me. As a suggestion to resolve the situation, Moon said we should all do a threesome. If you're not aware, a threesome is when three people all have sex together. Now, why was it bad that she said this? Me, Tsukasa, and Muffin were and still are minors and are underage. Telling people to have sex with each other is sexual harassment, depending on how well you know the person. Moon only really knew Tsukasa the most at the time. I wasn't that close with her, but she and Muffin weren't close enough to be real friends. She tried to blame what she said on her hypersexuality, but that's not an excuse. Hypersexuality is an intense, uncontrollable focus on sexual thoughts, urges, or behavior that take control of your everyday life and can negatively affect it. While it does give Moon's action a reason, it's not an excuse for what she did. And while Moon is a minor herself too, it doesn't make it any better, especially since one of the minors she told to have a threesome was a just-turned teenager. 2. Befriending her ex-friend's groomer. Let's talk about Yisuki for a bit. Yisuki is a very bad person herself. She would emotionally manipulate people, sexually harass them, groom them, and lie to them. Grooming in this situation means to manipulate someone who is vulnerable and helpless for personal gain. Tsukasa told Moon about Yisuki, and Moon went to talk to her. But it turns out that Moon befriended Yisuki. Apparently, she was trying to do a social experiment with Yisuki, and during this experiment, they became friends. When Tsukasa originally tried to talk to Vix about it, Vix did not respond for about a week. When Vix finally responded, she claimed she befriended her because she wanted to know what happened between Yisuki and Tsukasa. Tsukasa and another friend of ours told me about the drama, and then this other friend spoke to Moon, confronting her about this. Moon then spoke back to Tsukasa angrily about this. In her statement back, Moon said, "I'd rather stay with Yisuki, a friend who actually cares about me, rather than someone who lets others speak shit about them behind their backs." Moon, you literally are friends with someone who you know is not only a terrible person, but also did some pretty messed up stuff to your friend. You can be mad all you want about Tsukasa telling other people about what you did, but you can't just act like they didn't have a reason to. You avoided and broke their trust. Of course, they told other people what you did. They wanted help and support, and you as their friend were supposed to be the one to give them that. But instead, you went behind their back first, befriended the person who hurt them, and claimed she would be a better friend than Tsukasa when you know that she won't be. Yasuki will treat you the same way she treats others, a hole to lie to, belittle, and manipulate. You do not have the right to come back crying to Tsukasa once you realize all this. You are 15 years old. You should be mature and understand that what you did was wrong. So please, Moon, grow up. Yasuki groomed Tsukasa by emotionally manipulating them. She would love bomb them, emotionally blackmail them, and guilt trip them. Tsukasa is unfortunately not her only victim. Yasuki also groomed her ex and other people. She would persuade them to do sex role plays, and this led to one of them developing hypersexuality. Yasuki would also vent when other people were trying to talk about her problems. One time, when I was trying to talk about how frustrating my day was at school, she made the conversation about her personal life again. And another time, when I tried to tell her about how someone I am a fan of had to go through chemotherapy because they had cancer, her response was very disrespectful to it. Yasuki in the past had also sexualized Muichiro Tokito from Demon Slayer, who is a minor. He is at least 13 when the series starts, and 14 by the time it ends. He is a young teenager. She also fetished Japanese culture. She apologized for both of these things, but her apology wasn't a genuine one. Instead of taking accountability, she made herself seem like the victim. She didn't fully understand how wrong she was. Whether you are minor yourself, you cannot sexualize other minors, because then it's gonna make other minors think they can sexualize you. Do you really want a random child to comment nasty things about you? No. It doesn't matter that Muichiro is a fictional character. He's still a kid, and the way she treated him can reflect how she treats and views real minors she meets in real life. Also, her fetishizing Japanese culture is not only disgusting and disrespectful, but it's also harmful and unhealthy. She's making Japanese culture an object of desire. She's destroying the beauty of Japanese culture and shrinking down to something she can harmfully stereotype. It's turning something real into a fantasy. She's turning a culture that consists of important roots and history into a sexual fetish. Yisuki cannot stand when the attention isn't on her. She's clingy, desperate, and refuses to see how horrible her actions are. She makes others seem like the problem when she's the one who's ruining everything to make it about her. If everyone isn't focusing on her, then she'll ask desperate to get it back. Whether it means manipulating people, lying, or trying to make people feel guilty by crying about it. All of this should have been red flags to Moon, but instead, she chose to befriend this girl without telling anyone. She must have realized that she and Yiski have something in common. They're both cowards.